Yes, it worked. Okay. This is my second attempt. So I don't know what happened, but like 5 minutes ago, I tried to go live and like honestly, it was just like going live. And I'm just like, please work, you know? But it looks like it's working. I'm super excited about that. So we're gonna get started today. Welcome to the vision board party. Um, this is my first attempt at doing a vision board party. Last week, I talked about being inspired by Stephanie Perry to come on and do a vision board party. And just to get things rolling, I wanted to make sure we were all on the same page when it comes to vision boards. So, what is a vision board? Ultimately, a vision board is a collage of images that represent your goals and dreams, right? So, a vision board is a collage of images that represent your goals and dreams. So, ultimately, for me, usually in the past, it was like I'm setting, my New Year's resolution or what have you for the year. And like, honestly, let's be honest, most of us don't follow through with our New Year's resolutions. Like, we're going to lose weight, we're going to, do this, save money, etc. And it doesn't happen. And so after watching Stephanie's video and how she broke everything down, um, even like other creators, Gabby Beckford, etc., how they break things down with what they do with their vision boards and really visualizing what they want for the coming year, I wanted to come on and just create something or help you to create something that really worked for me over the past year. Last year I created my own vision board following Stephanie's steps, right? She got on Canva. So if you are not familiar with Canva, recommend, highly recommend you sign up for Canva. It's a free platform. If you want certain features on there, you do have to pay. It's like a monthly fee, but if you want the basic fee, which I had for years, like I had Canva since like 2016, and I was using it free the entire time. Wasn't until I think this past year I got the paid version of Canva in order to do some freelance work. So you don't need to pay for anything. You can get Canva, use it for free, and still get, great features that you can use to create your vision board. So I'm not telling anybody they have to spend money today. What you can do is sign up for Canva. As long as you have an email address, it's a free platform and you can create your vision board. So to start off, Stephanie got into Canva. She like created like a layout. She actually like went online and like did it with us. I'm not doing that today. But what I am going to do is just explain, when you get on, there are different types of layouts. So the layout that I use had like 10 different little like rectangular squares. And what I wanted to focus on was these several categories. And I don't want you to focus so much on the layout or what pictures you're going to use or what have you. I want you to focus on ultimately the categories that you're going to be using. So for me, I started off with professional goals that I wanted for the year, personal goals I wanted for the year, health goals, financial goals, relationship goals, as well as some big dreams that I have, any purchases that I wanted, any travel that I wanted to go on. I had these things in different categories, and I was like, okay, I'm going to put into visualization what I want for these different categories. And I started off the year with a word. So since 2023, I've put a word as my word of the year. So instead of, again, New Year's resolution and I'm going to do all these things and then they never happen, I had a word that I used as my word of the year, and it was growth. And so focusing on growth and all those goals, as I explained, right? My purpose was to create something that I can see, feel, touch. And it was something that was not only within my head, but something that I can see, right? So when it came to my professional goals, there were certain things that I wanted to accomplish, whether it was, applying for promotion or joining certain organizations, what have you. I had these things down and I aligned them with my word, which was growth. So there were things that I wanted to accomplish that I didn't. There were things that I wanted to accomplish, and then I ended up doing something else that was still focused on that. But overall, I felt that, and I can see that in creating this vision board, in having my word of the year, I was actually able to accomplish so much more than I've done in the past instead of using a resolution, right? So this is why I'm now trying to encourage more people to use vision boards, because it's not only about saying, well, I want to do these things for the next coming year. It's about seeing it. Mine was like on my office door. Every day I came into my office, it was there. It was there, right? There were times when things were tough and I was just like, you know what? Let me go take a look at this reminder so I can remind myself of what I have, you know, for the year that I want to accomplish, the growth, right? It wasn't just about here's this list of things I wanted to do. It was about the growth process that was going to help me get there, right? And I felt so good about it. I felt so good about putting it on paper. It felt so good visualizing it, with the layout that Stephanie created with Canva. And so what I did was I put out each word. So in each rectangle, I put personal goals, professional goals, health goals, financial goals, relationship goals, etc. Then I went and I searched for some pictures. And it wasn't just pictures that I was like, okay, hey, let me just look at these stock photos and just pick one. It was like things that I know that really aligned with me. Um, One of the places was a places that I had been before, but I wanted to go back to again. And so I picked a photo of a place that just epitomized this location. And that was my photo that I put there. For my purchase, obviously it was an item that I wanted. I put the item there. Um, there were quotes that I put on there that I felt that really aligned with who I was and what I wanted to do for the year. A big dream of mine was to change the way I ate. I didn't completely go vegan or completely go vegetarian, but I have cut down on the amount of meat that I eat. And so that big dream that I had, even though I didn't do everything that I wanted within that big dream, I still accomplished something. And it felt good for me because I know it's an important part of my health journey. When it came to my financial goals, I feel so good about this one because this was the one that I was like, I'm gonna make sure that I see some growth here. And I have. I have. I didn't get any sponsorships for my podcast or YouTube, and that's okay. But I have other financial goals that I had, and there was growth there. And I'm so excited and so happy about it. So it's not always about, well, here's the list of things I want to do, and I'm going to check it off. It's about the journey. It's about the things that you do accomplish a little at a time as you are putting that vision board into fruition, right? So that was another thing I wanted to do. When it came to my health goals, I wanted to be more active in my yoga practice and I wanted to do more studio practices. I didn't even think about becoming like a certified yoga teacher. Like honestly, that was not on the list of things I wanted to do in 2023. I just wanted to engage further in my practice, do more in-person, yoga practices, go to studios, etc. What ended up happening? I did that, yes. But I also ended up joining a yoga SEL program for educators and administrators to become certified yoga teachers, right? That wasn't even on my list of things I wanted to do, but I wanted to improve on my practice. And apparently, this was a great way for me to be consistent and improve on my practice because I've been able to not just go to yoga sessions and go to studios and connect with people, but I've been able to learn more about yoga itself and do more studies and think about how it aligns with social and emotional learning, which is an important part of my work of, what I do as an educator. So I was excited about that, right? Sometimes it's not always like a straight and narrow path of this is what I'm going to do and this is what I want on my vision board and it has to happen this way. Sometimes there are curves, and that was one of the curves for me. Going back to my personal goal, I wanted to write a book. I wanted to visit Finland again and write a book about this experience. Well, that didn't work out that way. The book is still in process, and although I keep pushing out the published date, it's been 2 months already, still hasn't been completed. I did end up writing another book. I s I ended up publishing a whole 'nother book, a different book, and even though I had that on my list of personal goals and things I wanted to do, yes, I got to visit Finland, which was amazing, right? 3rd time, beautiful experience. Didn't get to write about Finland, but I did get to write about another book, and that was awesome. And I published it, self-published it, worked on it, and it was such an amazing experience. Now I feel like I'm even more prepared for the process to complete my book about Finland. So again, another curve. It's not always about the straight and narrow. Here's my list. This is what I'm going to do. Sometimes you know, you make a little curve, but you're still on that path of what you visualized for yourself, even if it's not always the exact outcome, right? Again, I did apply for grants, I did apply for sponsorships, and there were things I wanted to accomplish as a creator, as a podcaster, as a YouTuber, and it didn't happen. That's okay, right? What I did end up doing though is I ended up in community with amazing women who are not only going to be able to support me, answer questions, but build reciprocal relationships with these women, with these creators, with these, amazing community of women who can teach me things and really help me understand the work that I'm doing and the impact it's going to have, that I think is way more valuable than a sponsorship would have been. So I'm so grateful for the direction I went into. Instead of focusing so much on, getting this sponsorship or getting this thing to happen for me, I was able to step into a situation where I was able to grow as a creator. And that to me is more valuable than anything else. So again, it's on my vision board. Didn't happen for 2023 doesn't mean it's never going to happen. It's just about me making sure I'm following my goals and focusing on my growth as a creator and my growth as an individual and a professional to get to the places and the things that I want to. Um, so again, as I've broken, down the categories, if you're going to create your vision board, get onto Canva. I found that to be the greatest tool to use. Shout out to Stephanie Perry for that awesome video breaking things down and really showing us how to navigate Canva. I'm going to leave her video in the description if you want to head there to see how she set things up with the layouts. If that's more helpful for you, check that out. But focus on your word of the year if that works for you, right? Focus on different categories that you want to focus on for your year, for your vision, whether it's personal goals, professional goals, health goals, financial goals, relationship goals, maybe some bigger things like some big dreams and big, purchases or big things that you want to focus on, but break them down into categories. Find suitable photos that would help to align with what you're looking for yourself and things that you see yourself in, and create that vision board for 2024. Create that vision for your life, not only in the short term of the next year, but long term. What does your life look like in 5 years? What does it look like in 10 years? Where do you see yourself as an individual? Where do you see yourself within your family or your work environment, right? Where do you see yourself as, someone who does certain types of hobbies, whether it's travel, knitting, teaching, whatever it is that you're excited about and you love to do, create that vision for yourself, because ultimately this is going to help you come out of the rut, that I know I was in over the past 2, 3 years. It helped bring me out of the rut that I was in. It helped me get more energized. It helped me feel, I could do things and get things done. It created a level of, you know, I'm going to say enthusiasm. Like it created a level of enthusiasm within me to help me feel more motivated to do the things that I wanted to do and accomplish the goals I wanted to accomplish. And I'm only hoping that if it could help me and benefit me, hopefully this vision party will help you get things started for yourself. 2024 is literally around the corner, guys. It's around the corner. Like before you turn around, it's 2024. So don't wait, get started now. Get on Canva. Again, it's a free platform as long as you have an email address. Get your categories together. Think about you. Reflect on your past year. Reflect on you as an individual, as a professional, and think about the things that you want to do next and how you're going to accomplish them. Have this vision board in a space that you're going to see it daily. I had a copy of it on my phone, had a copy of it in my office. Put it in a place that you can see it every single day, every day, right? So that as you engage in your everyday experiences, maybe you wake up in the morning and you're just not feeling it and you're like, you know what, like today is not the day. Remember your vision, right? If it's on your door, remember that vision before you leave the house. If it's on your phone, take a quick look, right? Remember what it is that you want for yourself and where you want to go. And this will help to continue motivating you and keeping you on track for the things that are to come. Because as the past several years have been so difficult for many people, right? As it's been uh up and down, and there's so many things going on in the world. It's so important for you to constantly remind yourself what's important to you, right? It's so important to constantly remind yourself where you want to go in your life, right? And so as I've asked myself these questions, as I've come out of 2020 and the panorama from several years ago, it's important to self-reflect. It's important to look at yourself and the things that you want and how you can accomplish them. It's also important to look at how you show up in the world and how you want to affect people as you come in contact with them in the world, right? Whether it's your own family, whether it's your community or people outside of your community. What is it that you want to do to breathe life into yourself as well as other people in order to make things better ultimately, because we've all been going through it. No one was spared. Like, let me put emphasis on no one was spared, right? Whether you had money or you didn't have money, whether you were economically sound or educated or what have you, like no one was spared the panorama, right? And a lot of us came out of it different people. I know I came out of it a different person, and I wanted to make changes within myself. I just didn't know how to do it. And thanks to Stephanie Perry, Rashida Dow, Adelia, and Krishan from Black Sit Global, I feel like I was able to be in center with a group of women and their, amazing community, to think about how I could take care of myself in order to take care of others, right? To see how I can take care of myself in order to give back to my community. Because, like, honestly, we cannot share from an empty cup, right? Fill your cup, fill your cup with all the things that make you feel good and make you feel right. And then you'll be able to go out and share that with others, right? From me sharing my podcast, my YouTube, doing volunteer work that I do in my community, I feel like as my cup begins to fill and get, filled up, I'm able to give back more and do more and not feel so burnt out and just drained and just, you know, so done and over with everything and everyone. I feel like I can be a part of a community and give back to it and support people, especially women, right? Black women, women of color. Like, there's so much that we're dealing with on a daily basis. And it's important to remember ourselves in all of this, especially those of us who are educators. It's so important to remember ourselves in all of this and make sure that we're centering the things that we want for ourselves, right? To help us get better, help us be healthy, help us, live in a space of peace, right? So that when we are ready to give back, when our cup has been filled, we're able to give back and give back wholeheartedly. So If you haven't noticed in there, I gave my little hint about my word for 2024, and I've been going over this word for weeks, right? I've been thinking about what's a word that really represents where I am and where I want to go in my life in 2024, and it's peace. Those of you who know, it's peace. And I think it's not only about peace externally, it's about peace within. And I think it's so important for us to have that internal and external peace. It's important to our well being, it's important to those around us. And I feel like as I create my vision board for 2024, with peace at the center of it, I'm going to make sure that I'm including things aligning with my personal, professional goals, relationship goals, my health goals that are focused on peace and help me get to where I want to get to over the next year. I honestly hope the same for you. I hope that you're able to find the words, find the things that align with who you are as an individual and how that's going to change the trajectory of your life, how that's going to change your long-term and short-term goals because I know it has helped me and I'm hoping that with creating this vision board party today, it'll help you just get one step closer to where you want to be, the goals you want to accomplish, and really have you visualize what's to come for yourself. So, if you have questions, comments, anything you want to share, make sure you leave them in the description box. If you have not subscribed to this channel, now is your chance to do so. I've got so many gems coming in 2024. If you are a traveler, this is a space for you. If you're an educator, this is a space for you. If you're a female solo traveler, this is definitely the space for you. If you travel solo and you've got kids, it's the space for you. So make sure that you are subscribing to the channel to get the latest when things come out so that you can be the first to see it and the first to comment, interact, and get some feedback from me. It has been awesome coming on today with you guys. I will see you next week for our final get together for the year because it has been fun. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.